Good morning, students. It is Tuesday, February 25th. Homework for today is similar to yesterday. You have to read for 25 minutes. That can be your literature circle group reading that you were assigned today. So if your reading takes you 25 minutes, you don't have to read anything outside of that book, The Giver, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, or The House of the Scorpion. But if you finish that before you're up with 25 minutes, then you have to also read something else until you get to the total of 25 minutes. The next thing to keep in mind is that you have a scrapbook assignment due a week from today. So if you saw it yesterday, which I'm sure almost all of you did, the scrapbook project looks like this, and this link is on the agenda so you can look at it anytime. And we will also assign this to you probably in Otis. And just so you remember, you are really focusing on characterization this week, and you are going to write a diary entry from the main character's point of view. And it has to be written in their perspective, and it has to be demonstrating one of their specific character traits. So, for example, Isabel from Refugee was really brave, and so you'd want to write, if you were going to do her perspective, you'd want to write about something that shows her bravery. So you will pick someone from your book and write it like that, and it can be typed, it can be printed, anything that you want. Okay, next thing is that you have to make sure your reading expectations doc is up to date, which means you should have your goal set for this quarter, and you should be logging in anything that you're reading. Next, you need to be studying because you have a vocab quiz on Friday, and you need to be prepared for that. So remember, this is coming up in a few days. Please be studying for at least 5 minutes. And then finally, one other thing that you need to do, it's kind of a fun thing. Mrs. Hales has a March Madness style book competition going on. If you notice that on the bulletin board right near the office, you can fill this out as many times as you want, but you're voting for one of these two books, and they're all different genres of books. So novels in verse, meaning they're written in poetry, novels in verse, and etc., etc. So you're going to go through, vote for the books that you prefer. Even if you haven't read them, you can still vote. Doesn't really matter. But submit that, and then your voice will be heard for that March Madness style bracket. Okay, so that's your homework. The next thing we're going to go over is what we're doing today. You're going to have about 20 minutes of win time where you are going to have an opportunity to do any missing work that you are still don't have turned in. And what I would do is check Infinite Campus so you know what you need to be working on. If you are all done with everything and you have everything turned in, then you have IR time. Finally, we are going to be getting into our literature circle groups, which you will see in a moment, and you'll be told which room to go to and who your organizing teacher was going to be. You're going to get with your group, review expectations, go over background information for your book, and then you're going to assign literature circle roles and read as a group. So, should be a fun day, and you'll get to dive into those books and enjoy.